Here we're going to walk through a pretty basic example of how to use a CFD to hedge. Most people use CFDs to hedge against an equity portfolio. In this case, our equity portfolio is just going to have one position to make this nice and easy. So on the right hand side, we will have the share position we're holding. On the left hand side will be the CFD hedge we're going to use. So starting with the position we hold, we're holding 100 Rio at £47, which is an exposure of 4,700 quid. Margin for a share position is 100%, so we've got to outlay the full 4,700. Now let's say that's the price we're obviously going to lock in our hedge, so the £47 for Rio. Now in the CFD position, you'll notice here's where the difference begins, is in the volume section. So we are long 100 shares, we're short 100 CFDs. My platform, and I think with majority of platforms out there, I haven't tested every one of them, it will give you a negative figure if you are short something, because you are actually selling to initiate the position. So we're going to be short 100, which means we're going to have a negative volume of 100 Rio for our hedge as a CFD position. We've gone short exactly the same price that Rio was at in the share position, £47. Our exposure is exactly the same as the share portfolio at 4,700 quid, but our margin's only 5%, so it's only 235 quid. So it's quite minuscule, which is why they're very effective to use for hedging. CFDs are. So let's say the price we were correct. Rio did go against us. That's why we initiated the hedge. It's gone down in a trading day to £46. Now we're still holding the 100 in our share account, but the value or the exposure has gone down to £4,600, so down 100 quid. As you can see in our P&L, in that share trade, we're losing £100. But in the CFD hedge, because we're short 100, we benefit from a price drop. The £46, exactly the same trading price, especially if you're trading DMA CFDs, it will match the underlying market, share market for equity CFDs to the P, or even the fraction of a P for you. So it's going to be complete correlation there. So we're at £46, exactly the same price, exposure is exactly the same now, it's dropped. Our margin has dropped a fraction for the CFD because the full notional value's gone down. But here's the major difference. We're up 100 quid in our CFD portfolio because we were short 100. It's now gone down a full dollar. So we're up £100. So you can see we're completely market neutral now. So for every quid the share position loses, or even every P it loses, our CFD position will gain. Now on the reversal of that, which is the next example at the bottom here, if it did go against us, so we're going to use the same entry price, the same original position of 100 Rio at £47 in our equity account or our share trading account. Same thing, the hedge is exactly the same. We're short 100 Rio at £47. In this case, so the market goes up. So unfortunately, as we predicted, it didn't drop. So we can see that it's gone up to £48, so it's gone up £1. Now, our full notional value, therefore, in the equity account has gone up to 4,800 quid, which leaves us with a £100 profit. Now, unfortunately, because we had the hedge in place, okay, and we are completely market neutral, exactly the same thing happens in the CFD position. It's gone up £1. The exposure's gone up £100, our margin's gone up a fraction, but more importantly, we're down £100 in our P&L, unrealised P&L for the CFD position. So we've still, again, maintained that completely market neutral stance. So by hedging against a position, at the point you hedge it, regardless of whether it goes up or down, you're going to be market neutral. So if in this instance Rio kept going up, you would probably drop the hedge and allow the share position to gain its profits. Whereas in the original case, wherever you thought Rio might bottom, you then drop the hedge, take the profits, and let the share position regain those profits it's just recently wiped. So just another great advantage of CFDs for hedging.